Hey, what's up guys, Evil94 back with another action figure review, and today we are looking at the Mezco Toyz 112 Collective Doc Nocturnal figure. This box may seem familiar to you because it's the same box that the Baron Benz figure came in. From now on, it seems like we're going to get the Rumble Society figures in this box art, which I don't mind. I actually like this box design a lot, and it keeps things simple too. So if you have Baron Benz, you know what to expect with the box here. We get the sticker that says Doc Nocturnal. With Baron, of course, we had the one that said Baron Benz. The side says Rumble Society, and the back side, nothing on the back there. And first of all, big thanks to Mezco Toyz for sending this figure out to me to review. Really appreciate it, and I'm always honored to do a review for you guys. When you open it, of course, it is magnetic here. We have the Doc Nocturnal image right here. And from here, we slide the cardboard image out and we get the figure. Pretty simple. So Mezco recently teased this figure, or teased this character. They released a hand silkscreen poster for sale of Doc Nocturnal and the Rumble Society. It's actually still available for purchase now if that interests you at all. But that was kind of our first tease of this character coming into the Rumble Society, and he's here now. Doc Nocturnal is a monster hunter inspired by the pulp magazines of yesteryear. Now, I did get to see a little sneak peek of a 48-page comic book that I can't show it to you guys right now. Won't be able to spoil anything for you guys, but I can give you a little bit of an idea of what I saw in the sneak peek of this 48-page comic book that will be included with this figure. It's a 2-story book. But first off, the cover of the book is very cool. We have Doc Nocturnal on the front, and we get a subtitle that reads Two Tales of Twisted Terror plus a Secret Sanctum of Doc Nocturnal. Now, I'm going to try my best to describe what I saw, and you guys can try your best to try to picture it in your mind. The pages that I saw were all in black and white. It read Divine Providence, and it looked like there was a man walking through a tomb, a dungeon, a sanctum of some kind. He did not know what he was going to expect. You can see he was kind of lost. There's spider webs all over. There's creepy looking statues all over. He's walking around with a lighter in his hand, so it's very dark. He's lighting his way with a lighter, and he comes upon this machine. It's a machine with a figure inside, a human figure inside. And we don't know where this is located at. We only know that this is somewhere in Europe. And out of nowhere, it appears that a computer starts beeping real loud, and from the shadows approaches Doc Nocturnal. Now, whether or not it was Doc Nocturnal inside the machine, that's what I'm going to assume. But it's still kind of unknown based off what I saw. And then from there, we kind of jump to another area. I don't know if this is directly after that scene, but it's just really weird, I guess. We just hear music, somebody playing some kind of flute instrument, and there's just a music going through what's called the Whistleman's Woods. And this music is just coming out of this little tiny home in the middle of the woods. It's being played by this hooded figure, an elderly hooded figure. I don't know, maybe that's a tease for another character, who knows. And out of nowhere comes Doc Nocturnal, kicking in the door, crashing through it with his ferryman's handgun in his hand, looking like a badass. Why is he there? Why is he going after the music? Why is he going after the hooded figure? I don't know. We don't know yet. I guess we'll find out once we get the full book in our hands, once you get this figure. That was it. I was only showing 6 pages out of 48, so this seems to be quite a hefty book. There's 2 stories included, and it just, you know, I know it's kind of vague a little bit. You really can't picture much, but it's very interesting, and I'm very curious to know the story behind all of this now that I saw what I saw. Also, guys, there's a link down below in the description that takes you to the order page of the figure. Once it goes live, you will be able to order the figure through the link down below in the description, so make sure you bookmark it, you save it, and you go back to it once it goes live. Keep an eye on it so you don't miss your chance on this figure. Here's a closer look at Doc Nocturnal. He comes packed in just as you see him right now. I didn't change anything yet. He comes with the hood on. Looks real good. This, of course, can slide right off, and that exposes the head completely. So that looks really nice. The sculpt on this came out good. Very good. And it's different too. This isn't just a reuse of the Golden Skull Ninja. This isn't a reuse of the Pink Skulls. This is a new sculpt with an articulated jaw right here, so that's how you know it's new too. Looks very well done. I like the paint and shading that they put on the cracks through the entire skull. Came out very clean, very nice. So we got another skull on the torso, on the chest right here. And you can see the texture on that. As you see, we have soft goods throughout the figure, as to be expected. We get like these spider web prints on the pleather leather material of the figure. That looks good. And I really like the red and the shading that they added on to the red there. So we got the belt buckle, the little pins on those pouches are painted. Got the handgun holster here. The belt itself is very nice. Pouches all throughout, and we got the forearm painted with the shading going all the way down to the boots. All throughout, looks real good. Look at the texture on the boots there. So I like the attention to detail. So the cloak does have bendy wires on the edges, so you can pose and display it as you wish, however you want. So I really like that. And the cloak is also removable, so it actually is not magnetic. It is hooked in with some pins, some pegs here, so little buttons, if you want to call it that. And that removes, the hood stays on. So it looked like the hood was part of the cloak, but it is not. So the hood stays on, and you can have this look if you wish. And I think that looks pretty cool too. Of course, you can just slide the hoodie off down like this, and now you have him without it. Overall, I like the options that we get with his look by taking the the cloak on and off and displaying it as you wish. Jaw is hinged, articulated, cloak is removable. Now let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. In classic Mezco Toyz fashion, we get a ton of accessories. First up, he comes with this really cool looking gas mask. You can see he's got the translucent lenses right here. The detail looks very good. Here you can see some texture on the back side. The straps are painted. The little buckles are painted there. The pins are painted, so I like the detail once again. And then we get this kind of metal bendy wire here for the tubes that come out of the face mask. So that's cool. And it fits right over his head just like that. Check that out. We get an alternate skull head for him, and this one is a glow-in-the-dark head. It's got the articulated jaw on that hinge just like the regular head. So if you want to display him in the dark, have a nice glowing effect, you can use this head. And just to give you guys an idea of what he looks like in the dark, there it is. It definitely does look better in person than it does through my camera right now. So the glow is pretty bright for the most part. Next up, we get a pair of goggles, removable goggles. Obviously, you can see here it comes with a soft goods rubber strap. That's awesome. Looks good. Clear translucent lenses once again. And this, of course, fits over the head very nicely. This I like a lot. So check that out. You can do that, and you can get the hoodie over his head. So if you don't want to see the straps, you don't have to. Just do this. Here we have him looking pretty dope. You can kind of half it too, put it on his forehead. Like it a lot. So that came out really good. Then we get some grenades. We get 4 of these. And you can see the detail here. It's white with a little skull on it. And these are actually called Hades Inferno grenades. So that's nice. You can have him hold it in his hand, or if you wish, on the back of the figure, you get these little holsters here. You can just put the little hook pin right here and pin it on his back. So you can put up to 3 of them as so, and then the 4th one you can have him hold if you want. Now this is called the death ray, and the death ray is connected through this tube to this tank on his back that you can strap onto him. Look at the texture there in the sculpt. I like the paint job. Got the skull and crossbones there. And we got these actual realistic straps with realistic clips. I like it a lot. That unhooks there. We got the skull in the back. And you can put that around him or over his shoulders, of course. He can wear it. I would recommend removing the cloak first and then adding this on to him. So here we go. Strapped on very nice and snug. I didn't have to adjust the straps at all. Everything was set perfectly, so I left all that alone. Even with the little Hades grenades down below, it fits on very good. And you can see there how that works out. So we'll get him holding the actual death ray in a second once I get the alternate hands put onto him. And the death ray comes with a beam effect. And this beam effect is a translucent green plastic that glows in the dark. So that's really dope. You can have it looking pretty cool on your shelf when your lights are turned off. And it does look cool when the lights are on too. So very cool. That pegs in onto the end of the weapon pretty good too. So it looks just like that. Here is the effect in the dark. It isn't as bright as the skull in the dark, but you can still definitely see it when your lights are off. Then we get a bespoke handgun called the Ferryman. I'm really digging that sculpt here, and it's so small, but yet look at the paint job. The details came out pretty clean on both sides. And this can be holstered onto him. So on his right hip, we have a little handgun holster that is clipped here with a little strap. So we just want to unplug that. It's just pegged in there. And now you can have his Ferryman holstered on. And there it is. Everything looking very, very good. And I'm just picking up the details right now. Look at the edges of the strap, the edges of the holster. I like that sculpt and texture they added on there. So this is an iron talon grapple claw. You can see it's articulated there at the claw. So you can open it up and close it. And you can shoot this. And by that I mean you can have the shot version right here. So we get two, one with a metal bendy wire, of course. So when you shoot the grapple gun, you want to use this one, of course. This doesn't actually shoot, you know. You get what I mean. This cool looking apparatus mounted on his wrist is actually called the Night Watch. It's already sculpted on here, but I'm going to count it as an accessory piece because it's that cool. It flips open, and check that out. Look at the paint detail in there. That is very cool. I mean, very small detail. I can't even pick it up, to be honest. Yellow, blue, and red buttons there, and then we got the little screen. So that's just super dope, in my opinion. Also do get this little device called the Supersonic Disruptor. It's got a little peg here, so you can peg it on. If you go to his waist, we have a little loop here, and that just pegs into that. Just like that, super simple, and it hangs on his side like that. And also, if you're wondering if the belt can be removed, it can. It has a little peg right here that pegs in and out, so you can take that off if you so desire. And also, it's kind of very well hidden, extremely well hidden, but this pouch is removable right here. You see that? And now you get his device, and you can peg that right onto his belt right here, just like that. And the last weapon accessory that he comes with before we head into the hand accessories is the Tommy gun. Paint job is phenomenal. We have the silver barrel with the black tip, got a brown grips, brown stock, black on the end of the stock, black on the top where the sights are, very cool. And of course, it's not a Tommy gun without the round drum magazine, so here is the round drum that is removable, of course, and you just stick it in just like that. And of course, we get an extra one because Mezco. Alright guys, so here's the pair of fists that comes with the figure already packed in. Then we get a pair of grabbing hands, and these may look familiar. All these hands may look familiar because if you own Gomez, then you probably own these hands for Gomez. We have our open hands, we have our pointing hand with the index finger and the middle finger. We get these two open left hands, but they're slightly different in how widespread they're open. And then we get two trigger finger hands, which are the right hands, that are also kind of slightly different too. So depending on the weapon that you want to have them hold, would alternate between these two. And of course, we are going to get bullet effects. Always a fan of these. I like that. And we also get the rapid fire bullet effect here. We're all familiar with these here. And of course, he does come with a base and a stand. The stand is our standard clear transparent post stand. And then our base looks just like this. So we got the Doc Nocturnal image, similar to the poster image that they teased and sold on their site. Alright, time to play around with our accessories. So now I finally hooked on the hands that hold the weapon. We have the death ray in his hand with the glow-in-the-dark effect, and we got the glow-in-the-dark skull on it. So we get this look here, or you're gonna get this look with the white skull, which is my personal favorite. Either way, I think it looks super dope. Right, and here I have him with his Tommy gun and a little effect there on the end of it. And this time around, I used the actual grabbing hand to grab the grip there. I was using the slightly open hand, which was this one. Not really meant to grab the gun, but it still works to grab the grip right there at the end. And one more quick little simple but fun, dope looking pose. We have him with his handgun, the Ferryman, and he's got one of the Hades Inferno grenades in his left hand right there. So, simple, but I like it. Alright, so let's roll his hoodie down for a second here so we can take a look at the articulation of the figure finally. We got the ball jointed head, as always, for the head. So there you can kind of see it's a peg, it's a ball joint. So the head will look up about this far. It's not a crazy amount, but it's okay. It's not a crazy amount looking down either. I think that the cloak gets in the way a little bit. We will remove that for now. So looking up and down, about this much right there, left and right. We got a little bit of a head tilt here. So that's cool. We already know that he's got that hinge on the jaw. Now he is on the smaller articulated body. He's not on the Gomez body, in case you were curious. The arms go forward and back, and this is very stretchy, so he can go all the way up without the soft goods hindering anything there. Goes in and out, all the way up. We do get the bicep swivel. We do get the double jointed elbows. Swivel at the wrist with a hinge. We get a torso diaphragm joint that is of course underneath the soft goods, so you can't really tell it's there, but it swivels, it crunches back, and it crunches forward. Get the waist swivel, of course. We get the legs kicking all the way up. Again, it's this stretchy soft goods, and it doesn't hinder any of the movement, which is really nice. Goes back down, in and out. We get a thigh swivel, double jointed knees. We do not get a boot or shin swivel there. It looks like there could have been one. We have a hinge at the ankle. It rocks ever so slightly, and then of course we get the swivel at the foot there. Also worth showing, I kind of missed this one when I was doing the up close, but the bottom of the boots have this very cool sculpt skull and web right there. So, alright guys, so first up I want to get him next to a Pink Skulls Chaos Club member. Nocturnal is not on the Gomez body, because this is obviously the Gomez body. So again, the smaller articulated body is what he's on right now, and as you can see, he is shorter than the Pink Skulls Chaos Club. Next up, I'll put him next to the Gold Skull Ninja, just recently released. Very awesome, dope looking figure, and he stands taller, of course. I mean, this is a much bigger skull, but clearly the sculpt on the skull is very different. Next up, probably the tallest figure in the Rumble Society so far, we have Baron Benz. I took off all the wires and cords right now, so I can get him in frame with Doc Nocturnal here, and obviously much taller figure overall. Next up, we have our classic Agent Gomez, the one that started it all for us here at the Rumble Society. Very nice, looks good. Not gonna go crazy on the Gomez comparisons. I'll do one more for you guys. It is the one and only Gold Gomez. Listen, I said it, as soon as I reviewed the Pink Skulls Chaos Club, I knew that was the beginning of something super cool. Possibilities are pretty much endless here. I love the originality, I love the original characters, and I want to see more coming. This is what I'm talking about. I really enjoy this figure a lot. This is so unique and so cool, and there's a story behind it. It's not just random characters getting thrown at us. There's a story behind it. There's a comic book behind it, and it has since then built a big Rumble Society, a big Mezco fan base. There's no denying that, and I think this is just going to further increase that fan base. This is more than Gomez. At this point, this is more than Gomez, and I love every bit of it. Alright guys, and that's going to conclude my review of the Mezco 112 Collective Doc Nocturnal figure. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys found this helpful and informative. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed making it. And again, huge thanks to Mezco for allowing me the opportunity to review this for you guys. Don't forget to check out the link down below in the description where you guys can order yourself Doc Nocturnal. Leave a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you have not done so already. And as always, have a great day.